Qi Gong is an ancient Chinese therapeutic body-mind practice that helps us to discover harmony within the whole body, the whole self, including our energetic system, or also known as our Qi, our life force, or prana, if you've done any yoga. Um, so yes, and this practice was found really useful by my mum, who who I was practicing with when she was going through her treatment, and so it's amazing for me to be able to share it with more people who are going through the same thing. Um, so yes, let us crack in, shall we? So it's predominantly a standing practice, but you can sit down whenever you want and do it seated. So yeah, let us begin with our feet under our hips. Apologies, you can't see my full body, but my room is small. And we're gonna have our feet under our hips and keeping our heels on the ground. We're gonna go for a little gentle shake, letting it be a little bounce through the knees. You can be as vigorous with this as you like. Allowing your breath to come and go as it pleases. Allowing this shake to bring you into the present moment, into your body. Letting your to-do list dissolve. You can decide whether or not it reforms later on. Opening up through the feet to the earth underneath you. You can lift your toes, give them a stretch, give them a wiggle if you like, or you can just imagine your feet are opening to the energy of the earth. And opening up through the crown of the head to the skies above you. And let's bring our hands to the lower dantian, so one on the lower belly and one on the back of the pelvis. Still shaken. And as we shake from here, letting go of any excess tension we may be holding in our lower back. Let it drip away with all these little shakes. Letting go through the muscles of the thighs and the buttocks. Let's swap the hands over. Letting go of the excess tension being held in the organs of this space. You don't have to do anything special, just ask them to soften. Take your awareness to them. So letting go through the intestines. Bladder. Reproductive organs. Let's swap the hands up to the solar plexus and the mid-back. Letting go of the excess tension being held in our mid-back, in our abdominals. even through the waist, the side body. Let's swap the hands over. Letting go through the organs of this space that live here in the central part of you, starting with the stomach. Spleen. Pancreas. Liver. Gallbladder. Kidneys. And let's swap our hands up to the heart. Letting go here through the upper back, the chest and the shoulders, even up into the neck and the face, particularly through your jaw and the root of your tongue. Let's swap the hands over. Letting go of the excess tension in the lungs, in the diaphragm at the base of the lungs. The muscles between each rib. Letting go through the pericardium, the protective layer around your heart, and through the heart itself. And let's drop our arms to our sides and take a little fold forward, letting go through the back of the neck. And back up to center. And over to one side. And the other side. And back to the center. And if you like, you can stay with these little shakes for a little bit longer, or go for some big ones where your heels come off the ground and you land nice and heavy on your feet. This one is really good for your immune system, giving all of our cells a jostle about, helping them to let go of anything they shouldn't be holding. And also our bone density, it's really good for that too. In 3, 2, 1, coming to stillness, or what we call Wu Qi. Gently closing down your eyes or keeping your gaze low and soft. Softening the knees, making sure they're not locked. Softening the jaw. And taking a few moments here to tune in with the sensations that are alive in your body right now. What do you notice? Perhaps there's this reverberation of the shake we just did moving through you. Maybe there's a little bit of lingering tension that didn't get shaken out. Maybe there's a sense of expansion somewhere within you, whatever it is. Just noticing it without attaching ideas of good or bad sensations. They are just what they are. Gently widening your awareness now beyond your skin to the space just around your physical body, your chi field, what's alive here in this energetic, vibrational space. It's just as much a part of you as your arms and legs. Maybe there's a color or a texture. Maybe it feels really close to your skin, or is it more like a bubble, or maybe you feel absolutely nothing. It's totally fine. Noticing nothing is still noticing something. And gently letting that go. You can open your eyes if you like. We're going to do some tasseling now. So the movement starts in the pelvis, going side to side, and the arms go along for the ride. Bringing in a little bit of warmth into the spine and a sense of spiral into the body. Spiral, the pattern of renewal. And slowly allowing this movement to come to a stop. Alrighty, and let's open up our chi gates and warm up our joints. We're going to start with the ankle, little circles through the ankle. And if balance is tough, you can hold on to something, or you can put your toe on the ground, rotate it with your toe on the ground. Let's go the other direction. And give that foot a little shake. Other ankle. Other way. And give it a shake. Let's bring our feet together as close as we can. Hands on the knees. Circle through the knees. And if your knees are a bit musical or a bit sore, like mine are today, you can send them a little bit of extra love. You can send a little bit of extra care and love to any part of your body that feels like it needs it today. Let's change direction. And letting that go. Let's bring our feet back under our hips, hands on hips, little hip circles. And here I invite you to soften through your jaw again. You can give it a stretch, give it a wiggle if you like. Pull some silly faces. Let's go the other way with the hips. The hips and the jaw are related, so if there's tension in one, there's usually tension in the other, so do them at the same time. And letting that go. Let's take our feet a little bit wider. Fingertips to the hip crease and go for some bigger hip circles. Really feeling into the edges of the joint. And if you like, you can do some more face yoga, stretching your jaw, raising your eyebrows. Let's go the other way. Then letting that go. Let's shake out the whole leg from the hip down to the toes. Other side. And bringing our feet back under our hips, lower body joints nice and soft. We're going to shake out through the hands, taking our awareness into all of our fingertips. You can give them each a press if you need. Shaking out the whole hand, really letting go of any energetic debris that can get stuck in the nooks and crannies of the hands, particularly if you've spent a lot of time on your phone or at a computer. Wrists. Could be as vigorous with this as you like to. Forearms. Elbows. Upper arms. Shoulders. Shoulder blades. Let them join this party. Whew. See if you can shake out from all the way behind the heart. And 3, 2, 1, let it go. Good job, everyone. Let's circle the wrists. Keeping those lower body joints nice and soft still. Soft knees, soft toes. Other way with the wrists. Let's do some circles with the forearms to open the elbow. Other way. Letting that go. Let's do some big circles with the arms to open the shoulder. Other way. Letting that go. Let's do some little shoulder rolls. Really playing with how your shoulders want to roll, if they want to go forwards or backwards or one at a time. You just honor what they want to do. And letting that go. Let's drop our ear to our shoulder, get that nice little stretch down the side of the neck. And if you want it to go a little bit deeper, you can open out your opposite hand. Other side. And back into the center for a little exploration with your head and neck. Little arcs, circles, side to side, up and down, whatever feels good for you. Keeping those knees soft, jaw soft. It's okay if your mouth hangs open. And coming back into the center. Alrighty. So now we're going to connect to our breath and clear through our lung meridian. So we're going to hold our thumb and forefinger together. And as we breathe in, we're going to open up to the sky. And as we breathe out, the movement reverses and we go down towards the earth. Little bend in the knees if you're standing. So we breathe in, we rise and open. We breathe out, we reverse down towards the earth. Beautiful. Breathing in and out. Amazing. And you can just keep going. Breathing in, opening to the skies, breathing out, returning to the earth, going at your own pace, your own rhythm of movement and breath. You don't have to keep up with myself or anyone else. Your body, your practice. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Alrighty, we're going to do an exercise now where we work with our Wei Qi, our protective and cleansing Qi of the body. So we start with our hands down by the toes or as close as you can get comfortably. And we rise our hands along the surface of the body all the way up to the toes. To the heart. We came from the toes. When we reach the heart, we bend the knees and we widen our arms out beside us. We scoop back into the heart. And then we rise over the face, we rise through the knees, and then we go down the back of the body to the heels. And then we start again from the toes. We rise up to the heart. Bend and widen. Scoop in. Rise. Down the back. Beautiful. And again, from the toes to the heart. We bend and we widen. Scoop in. Rise. Down the back. Beautiful. And we're just going to keep going through that movement pathway, finding a speed that feels really good for you, allowing your breath to travel as well, however it likes. And I invite you to let go of this idea of needing the movement to be perfect, because that doesn't matter. What's more important here is our intention. So let us bring that in. So here with this, we are cleansing and clearing through our entire physical body. Cleansing and clearing through every cell, every atom, every molecule that makes up this truly phenomenal structure that is our body. Cleansing and clearing through all of our muscle tissue, our organ tissue, our skin, our bones, our fascia, clearing through all of our blood, all of our waters, really clearing out any stagnant energy, any blockages, anything that has wriggled its way into our physical being that doesn't belong. Clearing out any residue left behind from impact, illness, or injury. Letting go of any cellular memory that we no longer need to hold. And releasing any resistance that we may have, conscious or unconscious, of living in our most vibrant health. Mm. And on your next round, I invite you to move into your chi field. It's the same movement pathway, but our hands will be off the surface of the body. Beautiful. So here we are, cleansing and clearing through all of our chi layers, through the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, through all of our energetic structures, clearing out the stagnant energy, the blockages, the things that have found their way into these parts of us that don't belong. Letting go of any attachments to people, places, and things that no longer serve us. Letting go of any expectations of how situations should turn out or how we need to show up in the world. If it's not in alignment, we can let them go. Letting go of any patterns of behavior or ways of being that don't feel good for us to do anymore. Oh, and putting down any baggage that isn't yours to carry. Mhm. And just releasing absolutely anything else that needs to be released from our whole body, our whole self, that we can let go of with ease in this moment without us necessarily needing to logic what it is. If it's ready to go, off it goes. And all of these things that are being cleansed and cleared from our physical and energetic bodies, these are being dissolved and sent straight to the edge of the universe where they immediately transmuted into pure source energy so that we can truly activate our innate natural healing ability that lies within us all so that we can cleanse and clear, replenish and nourish our own systems. Now I invite you to fill up the gaps and really fill up your whole being with whatever it is that you wish to be bathing in tonight. Perhaps some unbridled joy, unconditional love, clarity, abundance, trust, compassion, balance, healing, health. It can be whatever you like. It can even be something really tangible like cash. I would like a lotto win, please. Or even just a colour. Be whatever you like. Fill yourself up. Mhm. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring in the protective aspect here and build up some protective layers around the outside of our chi fields, letting them be made of whatever we need them to be made of today. And these layers allow us to walk through the world, keeping our energy intact so that it remains untainted by external sources and only lets what's for our highest good pass through into us. Few more rounds. Yeah, build up those protective layers. Beautiful work. Last one. Returning to stillness when you're ready. And gently closing down your eyes, keeping your gaze low and soft if you prefer. And taking a few more moments to check back in with those sensations that you noticed in your body at the beginning of our practice. Are they here in the same way? Maybe they've shifted just a little bit, or maybe a lot. Maybe there's something new. Once again, notice without judgment. And what about your chi field? How's that space feeling now that you just topped it up with some unbridled joy and cash, whatever it is that you drew in? Maybe it simply feels more alive. You're more aware of it now. When you're ready, you're going to bring your palms to face the earth and tune in with the naturally rising energy of the earth that comes to meet the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. When you're ready, I'm going to turn the palms to face the sky and tune in with the naturally descending celestial chi. So it drifts down to fill you up from the top, meeting the crown of your head, palms of your hands. And turning one palm back down to the earth and keeping one palm up with the sky, tuning into both places at once. Beautiful. And letting that go, giving your body a little wiggle, a little shake. I thought we would do a practice today to help us smooth this transition into autumn, because I feel like in Wanganui I didn't get much of a summer. But anyway, let's do so we'll do some earth and some metal today to help us with that shift. Earth being the element for late summer and metal being the element for autumn. So we'll do both. So we'll start with earth. So let's bring one hand down with the palm facing forward and the other hand up, also palm forward. And keep that elbow below your shoulder so it's nice and easeful. We're just gonna be here for a moment. Knees soft. Feeling into the element of earth and what it might mean to you. And you can swap the hands over whenever you feel like it. When you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and draw your hands into the center of you at your solar plexus, having your palms face each other. And then we're going to turn the palms and we're going to expand on the diagonal as we rise through the knees. And then we turn the palms in again. We return to the center, little bend in the knees. Palms go out, expand on the other diagonal. Palms in, return. Beautiful. We're going to add in some breath. So we're going to breathe in as we expand, and out as we contract. Amazing. In and out. And as always, you find your pace, your rhythm of movement and breath. You don't have to keep up with me or anyone else. Here we're really tuning in to the earth element. And earth can feel very nurturing and nourishing for the system, can help us to feel really grounded and centered. And on a physical level, earth works with our stomach, our spleen and pancreas. So you may feel some activation in those organs, you may not. Just notice what's going on for you here. And if at any point you feel like you want to pause, you can just be here at the center, or you can even sit down, do the form seated, or rest completely and do the form in your mind. Few more rounds. Last one. Just letting our arms come to rest. And just resting the whole self here for a moment, letting that earth energy settle into your system. Noticing how you're feeling in your body, your emotions. Is anything particular going on in your thoughts? Now we're going to move into metal. So we're going to do a little standing form again, just like we did with earth. So we're going to bring one hand to about lower belly height with our fingertips pointing down, and the other hand's at our sternum height with our fingertips pointing up. Yeah, lower belly and sternum. Beautiful. Tuning in to this idea of metal and what that might mean for you. Metal as an element can be a little new to the Western paradigm, but it is quite common in Eastern philosophy. We would liken it more to the air element. It can feel like that, or has some similar qualities to air. You can swap the hands over whenever you like. So what does metal feel like for you, just being here in this one little form, pose? Alrighty, I'm going to drop the top hand down to the bottom, and then both of our hands are going to rise up, palms facing the ceiling, to about our clavicle height, collarbone, and then the palms turn back to the floor, and we press down, little bend in the knees if you're standing. So we rise and descend. Beautiful. Adding in the breath, we breathe in as we rise, out as we descend. Breathing in and out. Once again, you find your pace, your rhythm. And metal can really help us to find clarity and resilience in the system, the body and the mind. Help us to figure out what is our sacred yes and our sacred no, and how to let go of the things that aren't that great for us. Just as leaves aren't afraid of letting go of their leaves in the autumn, we can let go with ease too. Just as easily as we let go of our breath with our exhale. On a physical level, metal helps us to clear through our lungs and our large intestine, and also our skin. And noticing whatever you notice here in your body, in your emotions. And in traditional Chinese medicine, it's believed that our lungs can hold on to our unprocessed feelings of sadness and grief. So if any of that is arising for you, it's okay, you're doing an awesome job. You're helping yourself to heal by doing this form. Few more rounds. Last one. And just returning to the stillness for a moment, letting that settle. And then when you're ready, taking yourself to either sit or lay down, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you need blankets or jerseys or socks, now's the time to grab them. And just close down your eyes. Finding some rest here. Allowing all of that qi that we cultivated here in our practice today to percolate and integrate into our whole body, whole self, going to wherever it is needed to go the most for our highest possible healing and our most optimal health. And when you are ready, I invite you to take 5 deep, full breaths, filling your whole body with breath. 5 breaths. And when you have finished those 5 breaths, you can choose to either stay laying down if you're laying down, or you can bring yourself into a seated position. It's up to you. If you are seated, I invite you to stay where you are. And from wherever you are, I invite you to drop your awareness down into the earth. Deep, deep, deep and wide, like the roots of a tree. Really feeling into that nourishment and that unconditional support of the earth. Then we can rise our awareness back up through all the layers of the earth and up through the trunk of us. And allow it to continue to rise high, high, high and wide into the sky, like the branches of the tree. Connecting in here to our higher self, our own sense of divinity, to source, the Tao, whichever name you wish to give it. Bringing our hands onto our hearts, where these two energies of the earth and the heavens come together here at the heart, reminding us of the dualities of life and how they continually flow from one to the other in that state of harmony and balance. Night and day, light and dark, earth and the heavens, fire and water, yin and yang. And how we are capable of holding both simultaneously. And gently bowing your head to your heart. If you're seated, if you're laying down, you can just stay where you are. And we give thanks to ourselves for practicing today. We give thanks to the others who joined us for that community spirit. And we give thanks to this online portal and our own spaces for holding us, We give thanks to Look Good, Feel Better for organizing this for us. We give thanks to the teacher, to the teacher's teachers, but most of all, we give thanks to the greatest teacher within ourselves. Blessings from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm very grateful for you. Please go gently into the rest of your day. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, you can just drift off. And if you want to continue resting, you can just stay where you are, and I'll just turn off the Zoom and you can just stay comfy.